Good morning. This is Dr. Beck here at LifePoint Medical. It is the 17th of June and we're up and running and we're doing good this morning and hope you are too. But if you feel like you need us, we want to hear from you so we can get you looked at and taken care of. Let me talk to you about a little clinical pearl this morning, or something relevant that we've been seeing quite a bit of over the last few days, and that is exposure to poison ivy. And okay, so what happens is we the diagnosis that we use for that is dermatitis secondary to plant exposure. And we know that poison ivy is all over our community, okay? And I think that the rule is if it's got 3 leaves, it's bad for you. I believe that's what the specifics are on that, okay? But usually it's in a vine type form, be crawling up trees, mixed in with other plants, crawl up the side of a building. Okay, and a lot of times we'll get exposed to it and not realize that we've been exposed. So it's kind of interesting because when you get exposed to something like that, there is a delayed type hypersensitivity. In other words, you might feel some irritation from it when you first get exposed, but it really takes about 72 hours for the whole thing to come out on you. And also, when that happens, a lot of people say, I've got poison ivy that started here and then it spread all over my body, and it really didn't spread. What it did was there was different exposure times, and with exposure times you get different times when it comes out. And so let me talk to you about that a little bit. First of all, if you know you've been exposed to poison ivy, the standard treatment for that is to go wash with soap and water, and the soap can bind to the antigens that cause all the problems, and they can help you to mediate or even prevent you from having a reaction to it. Usually though, we don't know quick enough to do that, okay? But as soon as you realize that you've got it, first thing you do is go wash with soap and water. The second thing you want to do is make sure that none of your clothes that you were wearing that day have the antigens on there, because you can continue to expose yourself with clothes or any other materials that you're using that time, like gloves and shirts and jackets and socks and all kind of things. So make sure you get rid of those things and then go wash them in hot water to try to get the antigens off of there. Okay, so what do you do if you realize you've been exposed to poison ivy and you don't know what to do? So the answer is we probably need to see you. We need to see you, number one, to verify that that's what's going on. And usually I can look at it, and there's ways to look at it and figure out that it's poison ivy. And sometimes it'll have a linear fashion to it, like you scrub straight across the plant and things like that. But I usually can tell if it's got going on, and a lot of people know already. And so we'll have to take a look at it, and we'll decide the intensity of treatment that you get. Sometimes I just prescribe topical steroids. Sometimes we have to do systemic steroids, particularly if you feel like you got it all over your body, or we can see that it's coming out. We'll treat you a little bit more strongly so that we can mediate your symptoms and itching. And then sometimes we have to do all 3 and give you Benadryl based on what's going on with your reaction to it. And some people have a stronger reaction than others when it comes to the reaction to poison ivy. I know I'm sensitive to it, but I rarely get it, mainly because I try to look for it and try to avoid it if I can, but sometimes that doesn't work out. So anyway, that's poison ivy. If you think you got it or whatever, won't you come and see us? And we'll try to treat you with it and treat you promptly, and so to decrease your pain and suffering associated with that. All right, the next thing is COVID-19, 1,574. That is flatlined. Our community is flatlined, even though the traffic is not flatlined. Traffic is on the rise, but we are flatlined, and hopefully this thing is out of our area and will leave us alone so we can continue to live our lives in a normal fashion. Okay, that's it for today. I won't keep you too long. Have a great day. Call us if you need us.